All right, LaRussell's. Yeah, his controversial Heaven Sent. Okay. LaRussell, a Vallejo rapper, sparked widespread controversy in March 2026 with his song Heaven Sent, where he controversially described figures like Adolf Hitler, Jeffrey Epstein, and Donald Trump as Heaven Sent. A viral video of the rapper performing the unreleased track in his backyard amassed millions of views, igniting intense backlash. Let's take a look.
I'm not perfect, and neither is the president. Was guiltier than a nigga hiding evidence. You can't be mad that they heated if you don't let them vent. Even the devil was heaven sent. Even Malcolm was heaven sent. Even Martin was heaven sent. Even Kanye was heaven sent. We all heaven sent. Donald too. We all heaven sent. Epstein too. We all heaven sent. Adolf too. We all heaven sent. Even you. We all heaven sent.
First thing, maybe he used that word because we talked before. Maybe he used that word because it made it catchy in his song. I don't know. Okay, but anyways, critics labeled the lyrics offensive and insensitive for equating infamous figures with iconic leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. LaRussell defended his song, explaining it reflects on the duality of human nature, asserting that the same God created both good and evil. He also criticized his detractors for selective outrage and fake righteousness, pointing out hip-hop's history of provocative content. Following the backlash, he deactivated his social media, but restrained support from some fans and peers, including rally organized by his mother in Vallejo. Media personalities like Ebro Darndine, I don't know, viewed the song as part of hip-hop's provocative tradition. His controversy comes amid LaRussell's rising career, including a Rock Nation partnership and 2026 Super Bowl event performance.
Yeah, I just, in a sense, like he said, it is selective outrage. It's the word was used incorrectly, but people knew what he meant. Like, people aren't that dense. I think just where people wasn't messing with it no more was the video he released with calling him slow and this and that. I feel like a lot of people were like, in the time that we're going through right now, a lot of people felt like it was tone deaf. So if you're going to put yourself on the line and put out a statement like that or a message like that on with the fact that you use the word incorrectly.
Oh, I'm not even sure about the whole heaven sent. I kind of looked into it like,
So let's just look at the definition of heaven sent. Because like you said, and like people aren't that dense. People understood the message. But the definition of heaven sent describes something, typically an opportunity or an event that is extremely fortunate, opportune, and arrives unexpectedly at the perfect time, often appearing as if by divine intervention. It implies a sense of blessing or providential fortune. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then I think what you said that he called his fans dumb and very slow, and I think he just over explained himself to the point where the backlash got even way worse, that you had to delete your social media. Like, I get, for people, we do get the message. Okay, yes, God, good, evil, selective outrage. I understand the part where there's a lot of controversy in other people's music, and that you're picking on his music because of what that message of whatever. I think you just...
And that's also, I feel, is a cop out too, because when other artists say some distasteful shit, they get their lashings too. Like, you see it all the time. Like, that's the only thing I don't like, when people be like, oh, well, when so and so do this, y'all don't say nothing. Yes, there's still a group of people that come for them too. Like
Mhm.
there's a group of people for everyone. You know what I mean? People ain't got nothing but time and opportunity and the platform to speak about it.
And everyone has an opinion.
Right.
So
And so you have your message, you put out your response, and people are still gonna have opinion. You are now in a spotlight. People are tuning in to you, and people just
yeah.
didn't like the message, I guess. So it's not everybody gonna mess with it. That's just unfortunately what it is when you out there. It's just not everybody gonna fuck with the message.
LaRussell's engineer reportedly advised against releasing the song due to its provocative content, but LaRussell insisted it to be heard shattered the standards. The viral video reached over 10 million views within days, igniting widespread discussion across social media platforms. LaRussell's social media deactivation happened just 3 days after the video went viral, signaling the intensity of the backlash. His mother organized a rally in Vallejo to support him, drawing local media attention and community members hip hop. One thing for sure, no matter the backlash, your mom will be there
Absolutely.
to back you the fuck up.
They're gonna ride for you at dawn.
For real.
But like I said, you put a message out there, you got to be prepared for people to speak on it.
Correct.
And honestly, you probably ain't even need to delete your social media. You give it about 2 weeks, and something else is gonna come up, and people ain't even gonna be thinking about that no more.
Oh yeah, and that thing too. Like, you could have just put the song out, said what you needed to say. Honestly, you just said what you needed to say in that music video. Then let them talk.
Right.
But I feel like you were like on your high horse. I built this shit. Criticism comes and goes, but you gotta take the criticism, bro, and just move on. You over explain yourself at the end of the day, and yeah, maybe apologize because you did call everyone dumb and slow at the end of the day.
And they just sometimes people just don't agree with the message, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
To not agree with the message, it's just I don't know. Like everybody has some points. That's the thing about it. It was like we understand why people are like, "What the hell you on about?" But we also understand, like you said, as an artist, same thing Drewski did. As a comedian, sometimes y'all are the ones that have to deliver a message. It's just people felt like, what was the point of that message?
Yeah.
And
you just felt like everyone was a hater.
right. And
Which,
sometimes
that's
just,
not true.
every artist go through it. Sometimes people put
Yeah.
out stuff that people just ain't subscribing to. They wasn't fucking with it.
Yeah.
And you put out your statement. I feel like you didn't need to delete all your social media. You said what you said, and you was obviously standing on it. Stand on it. Let that shit blow over and move on. You still gonna do your thing. You still gonna make your music, and you still gonna have supporters.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be your group of people that's gonna ride for you at the end of the day. So,
Despite controversy, LaRussell's Rock Nation deal remains intact. Okay. I did want to say a lot of things with Hitler, with Martin Luther King, but I don't think I'm gonna go there because the history is a narrative that people pushed on us through history books, through propaganda, continuously just feeding us this stuff. Like, this is the message. You got to run with this message. Narrative. Don't look this way. Stick to this. There's a lot of things that Martin Luther King did that people aren't aware. And there's people in the comments that feel like, well, you shouldn't put Martin Luther King next to, Hitler and stuff. Even Hitler, too. There's a lot of history about him that is not being told fairly. But people are just sticking with well, you said Jeffrey Epstein, Trump, all these bad people are heaven sent type of stuff. But again, you got to read. Look into the history. That's just my thoughts on that part of the whole thing. History is not what you think it is. And it's outside of the established history books. So, moral of the story, Jess?
We all heaven sent. No, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Yeah, just the moral of the story is, you know,
Yeah.
you always gonna have something that you put out that everybody ain't subscribing to, and just like everything else, you know, you want to stand 10 toes on it, do your thing, and stand 10 toes on it, and let that shit blow over. Like we know, people don't have the attention span to be bad that long, and even if they is gonna be bad, you know what? You know what they used to say. All publicity is good publicity.
Oh,
That's still gonna
hell
be a
yeah.
bigger crowd that's gonna come and tune in, and it's
Yeah.
gonna line your pockets at the end of the day. So
Yeah, that's true. Comment below your guys' thoughts on that.